I'm back with a new batch of 5 ingredient recipes today, this time breakfast edition. Many of these ideas today are inspired by other people's suggestions. My gratitude goes out to everybody participating in these little Instagram asks that I do every once in a while. The challenge is 5 ingredients per recipe, but we're not counting salt, water, and oil. Those are the rules. Also, sometimes there might be optional extra toppings involved, which can easily be skipped. Also, support today comes from Squarespace. First thing I'm making is this green pea lemon toast. Although a little messy to eat, this is one of the yummiest bread toppings I've had in a while. Alright, this starts out with some garlic, which you're gonna chop up finely, more or less, and then transfer to a small saucepan together with some olive oil. Turn the heat to medium, and once it starts sizzling, allow the garlic to cook for about 2 minutes. Then add in the frozen peas, some lemon zest, and lemon juice. Also salt. Let this cook for another 2 to 3 minutes. In the meantime, toast up some bread of choice. I went for these little buns. The night before, I had met up with some friends for pizza baking night, and we'd had too much pizza dough, and so we turned any leftovers into buns. They were a little stale already though, so I gave these a few moments in the toaster. Now it's time to mash up your peas. I really just sort of smashed the peas. I'm not sure if the outcome should be like a smooth mousse or something, but it was good enough to top my bread off with. I added some extra cherry tomatoes here. Oh, and I bet a thin layer of hummus or cream cheese underneath the peas would be super good. I did an extra additional drizzle of chili mayo here, which is not needed, just recommended. Someone asked me for a 5 ingredient pancake recipe. I did some tinkering in my kitchen, and the outcome was honestly shocking. These pancakes are so fluffy. It's absolutely wild. They're almost giving me Japanese souffle type pancakes. In a medium bowl, mix together plain soy yogurt, unsweetened applesauce, and water. Set that aside for a few minutes. Meanwhile, in a separate bowl, combine the flour, baking powder, and the salt. Add the dry to the wet ingredients and mix all of this thoroughly. You want the batter to be thick with many C's. If it is too stiff to mix though, you can add another 1 to 2 teaspoons of water, but not any more than that. The secret to good fluffy vegan pancakes is really just don't use a runny batter, because they'll come out flat as hell. Set the batter aside while you lightly grease a non-stick pan with oil and turn the heat up to medium. Once it's hot, start cooking the pancakes. It's a heaping tablespoon per pancake, but I actually prefer using an ice cream scoop. Allow the pancakes to puff up and cook for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. These turned out so beautiful, I wanted to cry. Serve them up with whatever you'd like. Since I didn't add any sugar to the batter, some kind of syrup or sweet topping is definitely needed, unless you want to serve these up savory. To follow my 5 ingredient rule, could have also just done yogurt and syrup only, but what can I say, I'm just being rebellious, adding frozen blueberries here as well, just living on the edge. For this next breakfast recipe, we're making loaded polenta fries. Fries, the typical breakfast food. To make things easier, prepare the polenta the night before. Inside a medium-sized saucepan, preferably non-stick, place the water, olive oil, and salt. Bring this up to a boil, and as soon as it's boiling, add the polenta, mixing this up thoroughly at the same time. Then turn the heat to medium and allow this to cook for about 5 minutes, stirring frequently. Transfer this mix to a baking container. A silicone baking container is useful, but you can also use a regular one and just line that with some parchment paper. Leave it to cool overnight or for at least 45 minutes. Preheat the oven to 200 degrees Celsius. Remove the polenta from the baking container. and then cut it into fry-esque shapes. Lay these out on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. That can very well be the paper that you used earlier. Brush each one with a coat of vegetable oil. Bake these for 25 to 30 minutes or until golden brown and crispy. These are honestly crunchier than any baked potato fry I have ever attempted. But yeah, I top these guys off with black beans, avocado, tomatoes, and vegan sour cream. Is that too many ingredients? I think that's fine. Hot sauce is optional, but encouraged. So is vegan cheese, and now it's officially too many things. I need to stop adding things. Moving on to this incredibly cozy oatmeal suggested by my friend Jack. It's already decided that I will be making this for myself all throughout winter. Okay, to a small saucepan, add oats, salt, water, a tablespoon of each, Biscoff spread, and peanut butter. I have purposefully always avoided buying a jar of Biscoff just because it takes so much self-discipline to like not finish the whole thing in one sitting. Mix everything up and allow this to simmer for 5 to 7 minutes or until your desired consistency has been achieved. For toppings, Jack specifically said soy yogurt and granola. Highly recommend. I was only missing some fruit, but I feel like I kind of have to follow the rules at least once in this video. So good, so simple, yet so different compared to my usual go-to porridge. Okay, so Artemis, she's a reoccurring character on this channel, who, by the way, designed the wonderful, adorable illustrations in my cookbook, if you didn't already know. But yeah, she suggested this interesting muesli yogurt bowl idea here. So it's plant-based yogurt. Ati suggested coconut, but I went for pea yogurt. I saw this at the grocery store and simply had to try this. It just tastes a lot like protein powder, but not in a bad way. Next you add persimmon. I think this is my first time of the year eating persimmon. Very exciting. Some frozen blueberries that I had let defrost for just a few minutes beforehand. Some tiny unsweetened cornflakes, and unsweetened cacao powder. It's for sure an interesting combo of flavors, but pretty good actually. Okay, lastly, here are some delicious cheesy tofu quesadillas. First, you grate a carrot using a cheese grater. Then you add some crumbled up plain tofu and a few tablespoons of your favorite pre-made tomato sauce. This makes enough for 2 big quesadillas, so you add half this mixture to a medium-sized tortilla. Make sure to put the filling only towards one side, then add some vegan cheese of your choosing. Close it off and allow this to cook for about 3 minutes on each side. This is so yummy. I would pair this with some fresh tomatoes or some chopped cucumber or bell pepper on the side. But yeah, this makes for a great to-go snack as well. And that, my friends, would be a wrap on today's recipes. Quick announcement! On December 22nd, the German version of my cookbook, All Day Vegan, comes out. In Germany, you'll be able to find it in bookstores as well, which is super exciting. Feel free to pre-order right now. The link will be in the description, and I'll just talk more details in the coming weeks. But yeah, that is happening. Thank you for watching, and thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring another video. Squarespace is your #1 place for creating and managing a beautiful online presence. Browse their many professionally designed website templates to get started. You can preview what your site is going to look like on different devices, and Squarespace makes it incredibly easy for creators to monetize their content now, in a way that suits their brand best. With member areas, you can unlock a new revenue stream, selling bonus video content, for example, or online courses, extra podcast episodes, which means more free time and overall more life enjoyment for you. If you need any extra help, their 24/7 award-winning customer service has got you covered. Go to squarespace.com/Mina Rome and use code Mina Rome for 10% off your first purchase of a new site or domain. Thank you for being here, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye!